Good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I hope you're ready for the morning aMEOWncements. We're going to get started here in about 3 or 4 minutes. We're running just a scooch behind, and by we, I mean me. You're obviously here on time doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not. So enjoy the fish for a little bit. Again, we're going to get started here in about 3 minutes or so. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends that we are live right now on YouTube. If they're looking for something to watch in the morning as they get ready for work or school, this is like the best place to do it. Make sure they look at the Nightcap with Nightcat YouTube channel. All right, give me just a couple more minutes. We'll be right back. Let's do it. It's time for the morning aMEOWncements on the Nightcap with Nightcat YouTube channel. This is the kitsch-minded morning show where we get you ready for the day. I am your host, Nightcat in the morning. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. How are you? You can always reach out to me in the chat. We are live on YouTube right now, so you can reach out to me on the chat over there. Or you can shoot me a text to 601-557-2281. That's 601-557-CAT1. You're going to want to at least put that number in your phone at this point, because we are going to be playing Prize Pond later. You can play live for a prize. You just text your first name to that number down there, 601-557-CAT1. Shoot me a text with your first name. You might be playing Prize Pond, or just shoot me a text in general. Hey, speaking of which, I actually wanted to kick the show off with one of these texts that I got. This is from our friend, I think this was Sierra. Yep, Sierra. So Sierra, thank you so much for texting. She asks, hi Nightcat, what are your top recommended locations for thrifting in the Salt Lake City area? I remember you mentioned them in a video, but I don't remember which ones. My friends and I are doing a big thrifting trip over spring break, which I love. What a great spring break, Sierra. And we want to hit a lot of places. I love your show. So Sierra, thank you for texting me. These are a few of my very favorite places. There are a couple other ones that we'll talk about that aren't exactly thrift stores, but the first one, my number one favorite thrift store, is the Draper Savers. If you go find Savers in Draper, it's the best. It's huge, it's well organized, there's always great crap there. Highly recommend Draper Savers, so go check that one out. Also, the Savers in West Valley, top notch. It's just off of 35th South, I think, on Redwood Road, or maybe it's closer to 39th South. I'm not sure. You can Google it. You've got a Google machine somewhere, I'm sure. So West Valley and Draper Savers, those are my two favorite savers. And then there's this place in West Jordan that's insane because it's Redwood Road. It's probably in like the 50 or 60 South somewhere, but you'll be able to find it. Right on like basically the same block. So right here on this block, there's a Goodwill. And then right across the street, there's this place called West Jordan Thrift. And these people, they take donations, but they also like buy storage lockers and stuff. And it's just packed. Now, what I'll say about that one is that it is really great. There's a ton of stuff. It is not exactly organized. So you do have to do some digging. But if you're on a thrifting weekend, digging might be exactly what you're looking to do. And then right next to that in the same parking lot is a DI. So I call that Thrift Row. It's in West Jordan. It's DI, West Jordan Thrift, and Goodwill right there in a row. So those are like my top 5 favorite places. I always find the really good stuff there. I don't steal all my good stuff, but you are welcome to go and check it out. So Sierra, thank you for the text, and I hope you really enjoy all your thrifting this weekend. Right, let's see what we got next. Oh, it's time for the Morning Mews. The Morning Mews is the part of the show where we go through the top pop culture headlines so that you're not left behind or wondering what's going on when your friends are talking at work and school. And I love to just run them down really fast for you. So let's start in Wyoming. This weekend was hard. We had a lot of snow. We had a lot of snowstorms around the country. We got a little bit in Salt Lake, not bad. But the mountains are covered again after what I thought was spring weather last week. Well, a woman in Wyoming was shoveling her driveway when disaster struck. So I'll just play the video for you. So she's sitting here, she's shoveling, the dog's there, and then out of nowhere, on the only clean section, boom! The ceiling just caves, or the snow that's hanging out on the roof falls down and just washes out all of her hard work. And the video's longer. Like, you can see that she's obviously been struggling for a while, and then boom, it's all over. Ugh, isn't that the worst? Oh, I feel so bad for her. Snow sucks. Snow is just like the worst thing in the world, and it's so impossible to shovel. So she walks off screen, and then she just stays off screen. She's not playing games. She's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go inside and get warm. I don't blame you, girl. That's pretty rough. Marvel movies. Okay. I'm not a big superhero movie guy myself. I don't love them. They're not my favorite thing. But I know that they are very, very popular. And there's one that I do really like. And, actually, side note, I'll watch any Spider-Man movie. Any Spider-Man and most Batmans that aren't Affleck, I'll watch. But I've never been super into the Marvel stuff. Well, somebody went through and looked at all the Rotten Tomatoes ratings, and they ranked them from worst to best. So there were the 25 movies, and they ranked them from worst and TV shows, and they ranked them. So going from through the worst of them, we've got number 5. The 5th worst movie is just Thor, the first Thor, which I hear is pretty rough, and that's part of why I won't watch it. Number 4 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. I was surprised to see an Avengers movie on here, but I guess people did not like the Age of Ultron. Number 3, Iron Man 2, which sucked because Iron Man 1 was so good. I actually did kind of enjoy Iron Man 1, but Iron Man 2 not so good. At number 2, the second worst movie of all the Marvel movies, we've got The Incredible Hulk from 2008. I don't know. I don't think the Hulk is really just a movie guy. He's great as a side character. He's great as like an addition to being really strong somewhere else, but none of the Hulk movies have ever done very well. And then number one, the worst one out of all of them apparently, is Thor: The Dark World, which I didn't even know was a movie. It came out in 2013 apparently. I had no idea. But those are the 5 worst. The 5 best at number 5, and this should be number 1 because it is one of my favorite movies despite being a superhero movie. Like, I think it's just a good movie just because it's a good movie. And that would be Thor Ragnarok. Oh man, I know I trashed Thor and the Hulk just now, but that movie is so funny. It's so good. Number 4, we've got Avengers Endgame. Number 3, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I haven't seen any of the Captain Americas because I just think Captain America is boring personally, but everyone seems to think that Falcon and Winter Soldier was really, really good. Number 2, Iron Man 1, naturally, the first Iron Man, kicked it all off, it was pretty revolutionary. I really enjoyed Iron Man 1, not as much as Thor Ragnarok, but it was very good. And then number 1, one that I haven't seen yet, but I hear is really incredible, is Black Panther. So those are the top 5 and the 5 worst movies to come out of the Marvel Cinematic or Television Universe. They included TV shows like WandaVision, I think was like number 8 or something on the list. But they mostly, in the top 5 and the bottom 5 of it was all movies. Okay, Kylie Jenner. Let's talk about this little monster. We all know her, right? We remember in 2019 when Forbes says, oh, she's the youngest self-made billionaire. And we're like, first of all, not self-made. Thank you so much. She's got a rich family. It's easy to become a billionaire when you already have a rich family who can pay for everything and get your business started. So I hate that they call her this, but it also goes to show that she really is completely oblivious to how the world works and what it does. And you can't be self-made if you're this oblivious. She posted this weekend on her social media account that one of her makeup artists needs brain surgery, which is really sad, really terrible, and I can't imagine how hard that must be. But she included a link to the GoFundMe and said, hey, please go donate. I'm sorry, world's youngest self-made billionaire can't afford to just foot the bill for her makeup artist's brain surgery? Girl, he's your makeup artist. He's the thing that's keeping all of this together. Everything that you hold dear, everything that you value. He makes it happen. You clown. You absolute clown. Just stop it. And especially right now, when so many people are struggling to get by, you're going to beg the general public when you have all of the money in the world at your disposal, and you're going to beg the public for money. Now, defenders came out and they rightfully pointed out that she did donate to the GoFundMe. $5,000. $5,000. He's asking for $120K. She could have dropped $120K on the street and not even realized that she did it. And yet, she can't just pay for this guy's surgery, even though he obviously was important enough for her to ask other people for money. She thinks it's an important cause and that other people should spend their money on it, but not her, right? Never her. Disgusting. Everything the Jenners and the Kardashians do, I am horrified and disgusted by. I cannot believe we keep these people famous. Luckily, they're not going to be famous much longer. It sounds like the Kardashians are going to end, and God, it can't come any sooner. We need to stop making these people famous. Stop making people famous who act like Kylie Jenner. And finally, oh, this is really sad. A guy by the name of Kent Taylor. Kent Taylor, he was the founder and owner of Texas Roadhouse, which is a steakhouse. It's good. It's a steakhouse. He died by suicide over the weekend, and as the story continued to develop, what became pretty clear is that he completed his suicide because he was suffering from some pretty severe COVID-19 post-recovery symptoms. So, like I've talked about a little bit before, COVID isn't just like you get sick, you're sick for a couple days, and then it's done. Like, for some people it's like that. For some people, they're like, oh, I had a headache and I laid down and I was fine. But for a lot of us, it was even worse than that. And I guess he was struggling with a lot of post-COVID symptoms, but the biggest one being he had tinnitus, which is like a ringing in your ear, a constant ringing, and it drives people insane. And I guess when he got COVID, his tinnitus got way worse, and it got to the point where he just couldn't take it anymore. And oh, it's so sad. This is a guy who made headlines last year because he said, I know things are tough. I know that we're having to close down restaurants or social distance or limit capacity, things like that. He's like, I am not taking a salary until all of my employees are paid. He earmarked his own salary to ensure that he could get the entire company through the pandemic. That is a good businessman. That is a good person. Okay? And so people seem to think, because obviously after what I just said about Kylie Jenner and, rich people in general, people seem to think that I hate rich people. I don't hate rich people. I hate greedy people. I hate selfish people. People who are willing to say, I will sacrifice my own wage to make sure my employees get through. That's good people. That's good business. That's how you help people. It breaks my heart that that's what ended up happening to him, and he felt like that was the only way to get through. So if you are having a hard time as well, whether it is physically or emotionally, which to me they're the same thing, there's tons of help out there. Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. There are options, and there's hope. And something that people don't understand about suicide is that perfectly happy people, perfectly healthy people, people who have really great lives, die by suicide all the time. And part of it is that it's a sickness. It's something in your brain that you just can't feel relief. You can't feel anything except for this overwhelming need to end it all. And it can happen to anyone, and it can happen to any of us. I'm sure a lot of us watching right now have experience with this, have had someone close to us die. Especially in Utah, our suicide rates are higher than most places in the country. So again, if you need help, let's look it up right now together, shall we? Prevention. I used to have this number memorized. So the Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. You can call, or I think they have a text line as well. Visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It'll have everything there for you. I know things are hard right now. Everything is tough. It's hard to get up every day and read the news and then decide that you're going to keep going anyway. But we can do it. We can do it together, and there is hope. Suicidepreventionlifeline.org. Or give them a call if you're having a hard time. All right, let's check out, since we're here, what's going on over in the chat. Good morning, Lobato Mom, Katie, Dark Prince Zizor, Marsha, Marissa, Lindy, Alice, Sadie. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you. Katie, thank you. I didn't know. I thought The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a Captain America movie. I'm being corrected. Katie says that Falcon and Winter Soldier is a TV show that just came out on Disney Plus. They have one episode so far, and yet it's that high in the ranking. Guys, listen. I think we've all been tricked by a TV show that had a really great first episode and then the rest of it was garbage. So let's not give them too much credit. I feel like they're still on probation, in my opinion. Cass Cat, good morning. Thrifty Princess, good morning. Nathan, hi everyone. I love when you get into the chat. It's always really fun to see you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I want to ask you something. Join the Patreon. The thing is, I have been shouting out patrons every show. I do 5 patrons every show for the last couple of weeks, and now I'm out of patrons. I don't have anyone to thank today, but I thank every single one of my patrons every day. Just thank you for always contributing and being wonderful. But there are 2 tiers, and you could get your shout out on Nightcap with Nightcat or the Morning Announcements. There's the $3 tier and the $5 tier right here. You visit patreon.com/nightcatshow. You make a monthly pledge. Listen, this is how we keep it going. And I know I just gave Kylie Jenner crap for being a billionaire, but I'm not on a Forbes list. I'm not. Kylie Jenner's out there begging for money, but she's a billionaire. I am not a billionaire. And this is how I keep the show going. This is also right now how I'm paying the rent and buying groceries and stuff. So it is expensive, and this is an expensive show to run. It helps a ton if you have the means, and again, I get it. A lot of us are poor right now. I don't expect you to do it, and I will try to keep making as much of this content free as I can. But if you have the extra $3 laying around that you can spare on the first of the month, that would be great. The website is patreon.com/nightcatshow. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. What do we got next? Ooh, fun. This is a new book. This is actually not a new book. This is the one that I found at the thrift store a while ago. It's a lot like the big book of useless information, but this is the book of unusual knowledge. It's the same exact thing, only it's brown. I got this one at the thrift store. Alrighty. And I thought it would be fun. Talk about celebrity divorces. These are some of the most expensive celebrity divorces of all time. First of all, I did not know this. I knew that James Cameron and Linda Hamilton from Terminator were married. I didn't realize that they were only married for like a year and a half. Not even. It was 17 months. Year and a half is 18 months. They were together 17, so they didn't even make it a year and a half married. When they got divorced, he paid her $50 million. $50 million for their divorce in 1999. And that's $50 million 1999 money. That was back before everyone was a billionaire. So that's pretty impressive, actually. Paul McCartney paid a rumored $38.5 to $50 million to walk away from his 4-year marriage to Heather Mills. Okay, now this is a whole list of cheaters, and it breaks my heart. I didn't need to know this about Ted Danson. I didn't watch Cheers, so I know Ted Danson mostly from The Good Place, and he's wonderful and beautiful and innocent. So I hate to see him on a list of cheaters, but his cheating did cost him $30 million in a settlement to his first wife in 1992. And $30 million in 1992 dollars, I'm sure, was a truly obscene amount of money. Kevin Costner shelled out $80 million for his first wife. And then in the same year, 1994, Lou Diamond coughed up $150 million in cash to his wife of 25 years. That one I get. The 17 months, $50 million payout, I'm like, what on earth? Are you serious? This is 17 months. If you've been together with someone for 25 years, and you were with them before when they were broke, and they were struggling, and you got them through the hard times, you do deserve $80 million, $150 million. That's the kind of cash you deserve for 25 years of your life, that's for sure. When Madonna divorced Guy Ritchie, which I always forget that Guy Ritchie and Madonna were together, this is back in 2008, she had to pay him $76 million. All right, so those are all very expensive divorces. Here are the two most expensive, to my knowledge, celebrity divorces. And I know they're not exactly celebrities, but Rupert Murdoch, media mogul Rupert Murdoch. In 1999, he divorced his wife of 31 years, so she's entitled to all of it, in my opinion. 31 years is a long time. $1.7 billion in assets, which is, at the time, this book was printed in 2012, so to end the marriage, making it the most expensive divorce ever. Until 2019, I had to go do some updating. Jeff Bezos, who I know is not technically a celebrity, but I'm counting it. Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Bezos got divorced. He ended up paying her $38 billion. And in the time since they got divorced, she has stated that she plans on getting rid of most of her money. She goes, I took as much as I could, and I'm planning on getting rid of most of it. She's donating it to charity. She's really doing a lot that I wish Bezos would just get off. Ugh! I just wish he would start doing some good, man. I really do. He treats his employees like garbage. He treats his customers like garbage. The people who make his stuff, he treats like garbage. Like, it is a bad company. But also, for a lot of us, it's the only option because we're poor. And when you're poor, you just have to buy the cheapest thing sometimes. So, I think he takes advantage of people who would normally try to buy things from companies who treat their employees a little bit better. I call that the Walmart model. Going after everyone! Good morning! And that is the Book of Unusual Knowledge. That's a fun fact for you. Go tell everyone how much it will cost to get divorced. Maybe that'll keep them from getting married. All right. Ooh, it's time for the Prize Pond. Prize Pond is the part of the show where we play live with you for a prize. I've got fish tanks back here, and we're gonna dig in and see what we can get. Let's see. Random scroll. Random scroll. Random scroll. Let's see. Yeah. I might be calling you. I hope you're on.
Hello.
Hi, is this Marissa?
Yes.
Marissa, it's Nightcat. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. How was your weekend? What did you get up to?
It was really nice and relaxing. So, didn't do much, which I kind of needed.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, there is nothing like a lazy weekend. I don't blame you one bit, especially when the world shut down. You still have permission to not do anything. It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, how would you feel about playing some Prize Pond, Marissa?
I would love to.
Fantastic. All right, behind me. Have you watched us play Prize Pond before, by the way?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you already know how this works, but for those of you at home who do not know how it works, behind me, I've got fish tanks. And in these fish tanks, I've got a fishing pole and a fishing net. Each of them has a fantastic prize attached to them, but Marissa, you have to choose. Would you rather have the pole or the net? Would you like the hook or the net right now?
Let's go with the net.
You want to go with the net? All right. Okay. Little bit of a fighter. Let's see what you got. Oh, it's a paint your own llama piggy bank. That is so stinking cute. Are you crafty, Marissa?
No.
No. Well, luckily, it does not look too complicated. It comes with all the paint you're going to need. So it's your llama. You decide what you want to do.
Cool.
Would you like to switch? It sounds like you would, but I have to officially ask. You could switch to the hook if you'd like. Would you like to switch to the hook?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's put the piggy bank back. Catch and release is what we refer to that as. All right. Oh, heavy. Heavy. Ooh, fun. You've got yourself a SpongeBob Pez dispenser. Do you
Very
like
cool.
SpongeBob?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It took some time to think about it. You had to remember how much you love SpongeBob. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy your SpongeBob. I will get that in the mail for you. I'll text you for your information a little bit later.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Marissa.
You too.
Thanks. Take it easy. If you would ever like to play Prize Pond, we play every day here on the Morning Announcements. You just got to be up at 7 live and text me your first name. I might be able to do that for you. Awesome. Thank you. Huge thank you to Marissa for playing along. And boom. We're right back to, I can't believe that's it. We did Prize Pond. We did Book of Unusual Knowledge. I asked you to join the Patreon. We did the Morning Mews. And I told you about my favorite thrift places, thanks to Sierra. Okay. Hey, I hope you have a fantastic day. There are a few order of business before I let you go and I let the fish take over. Again, anytime you want to call, text, chat, any of it, 601-557-CAT1. Leave me a voicemail. Leave me a text. I love waking up to your texts, and I want to read them on the show. I want to use them on the show. Send me links to articles if you think there's some fun news you'd like to see on Nightcap with Nightcat or on Morning Announcements. 601-557-CAT1 is the number to call. Don't forget to check out the merch store. Get all of your Nightcat merch. I did not get the magnets up yet. I'm sorry. I will. I'm working on it. I had to clean I spent the weekend cleaning my entire house. And when I say cleaning my entire house, I mean I washed walls. I shampooed carpets. I took all the cat litter out of the litter boxes, scrubbed the litter boxes, put fresh litter in them. I took all the cushions off the couch and washed them. I washed all the blankets. Like, I did the deep spring clean. Like, you know the one. So I did not have time to add anything to the merch store this weekend. But if you have not yet got your official Nightcap with Nightcat or Morning Announcements merch, Nightcatmerch.com is the place to go for that. There's also the Nightcat Toy Shack over there. You can buy some really fun toys, some fun stuff coming up. Get yourself some toys. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/nightcatshow. If you would like a shout out on the show, that's a great place to do it. And I think, oh no, how dare I? Don't forget that this Friday, Curiosity Killed Nightcat, the true crime paranormal companion podcast to the Nightcat YouTube channel, will be dropping for patrons. You have to be a Patreon patron to see it. So, $3 or $5, either one, you'll get access to it. But Curiosity Killed Nightcat, it's coming, baby. You better get ready for it. And you can find that on April 2nd, which is in 2 weeks, on Nightcat Radio if you're not a patron. So join the Nightcat Radio. Nightcat Radio, I have the audio version of all of the morning shows, as well as Nightcap with Nightcat, and soon I'll have Curiosity Killed Nightcat on there. So subscribe to that. You'll have all of the episodes in one very convenient place. Nightcat Radio on your favorite podcast directory. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you. Let me just double check that I didn't miss anything here. I didn't. All right, I'm going to turn it over to the fish. Have a great Monday. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Oh, wait. Put the camera back. Bye.